Everyone, Sandra from Scraps of Beauty, and this is an impromptu stream. I usually stream on Sundays, but I was taking a class over at the Queen's Ink in Maryland, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight, besides a couple of other things. I'm just waiting for some people to come in. Make sure I'm on. Let's see. Let's just move this stuff over. Hopefully we don't have too many trolls. Last night there's Patty. Patty had quite a few trolls tonight, so hopefully that will not happen. Let's see. I just listened to another girl, Lolly something on YouTube about the COPPA thing. Oh my gosh, hi Colleen. I don't know. The whole thing, more and more people you listen to, the more and more it's like scary. Oh, come on. Okay, good. Hold on. I know Joan said was, there we go. Said she was going to come by. I don't know if she will there. Hi, Lauren. Lorena. Let's see. Dorothy should be here. She's been bugging me for an hour to come on. Hi, Joy. There's Eileen. So first off, I'm going to talk a little bit of the what everybody's been talking about, COPPA and the whole thing. And so the first thing is about giveaways. Definitely, I did not know that you were not allowed to do giveaways on YouTube because it's a lottery system and blah, blah, blah. You're really supposed to disclaim YouTube as being any part of your giveaway. So unfortunately, I do a lot of giveaways. Not a lot, but quite a bit. And I won't be doing any more giveaways for sure. And the other thing is I am going to change a couple of things from the channel. I listened to a girl today called Lolly something. I'll have to see what the channel is. You did, Colleen? Don't do them anymore. Yeah, because you don't want to be fined. Something about doing it because you have certain rules and because anybody could join. It's like a lottery, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But that's been like forever. That's just not because of this FTE. But they're going to probably enforce it now. So I wouldn't take the chance. I would not do giveaways anymore. The other thing is my Barbie pages. I just got another calendar from Tuesday morning, the Barbie calendar art journal pages I do. Yeah, don't do the giveaways. Just send everything to Eileen. There you go. So I'm not going to do anything Barbie related. I'm even afraid to put anything like the Crayola markers up, or do you remember when everybody was doing the Crayola inks and putting them and making our own markers? Because of the fact that they say appeals to kids, I'm going to try to keep that anything Disney. I don't think I did anything Disney, but I would definitely not do anything Disney. Hey, CP. I would not do anything Barbie. I'm not going to have anything Barbie. I'm even for a while, until they finally get things going, I'm probably just going to use paint, although paint is appealing to kids too. But I'm definitely not going to, like, if a kid was just going along and saw these, they would think it's crayons because to them, they're just looking really quick and it's crayons. So I don't think I'll be using my scribble sticks on screen for a while or my oil pastels from Jane. So I'm going to just basically probably keep it strictly to watercolor and a little bit of paint. Although they say neon paint either too. The whole problem is that word attractive to kids. So I know it's insane. It really is. And so a lot of people are just dropping off of YouTube. So I'm just going to kind of wait and see, but I'm just going to really be mindful of anything that could possibly be attractive. It's like crazy. So it's unfortunate, yeah, that no more giveaways. And I'm coming up on my 3,000 subscribers. So it's not like I can do it somewhere else. But just so you know, for my channel, I'm going to be on. I just going to change a couple of things, you know, like not to attract people. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes. It's crazy, the whole thing. But what can you do? Hi, Amelia. Hi, Judy. So I am going to talk about the store. I do have a Black Friday sale. It's going to start on the 29th. I think it's midnight. And just email me if there's any problems. This is the first time I'm doing like an all sale for everything on the store. So it's an extra 15% off of all my prices are already either 15 or like Art by Marlene is 25% off. So on top of the 15, you're actually getting the Art by Marlene 40% off. So if any of you guys have been looking for Art by Marlene, be sure to check that out. But you will need the code, and the code will be, it's PAPS15, which is Paint and Paper Studio. Every day you hear, I know everything here is something new, and so it gets scary. So like I was listening, because a lot of them are geared to toys and gamers and that stuff. But this is the first one I've ever heard talk about crafters and art crafting. And because arts and crafts are considered attractive to kids, I think we're in a lot more trouble than we think. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm just going to make sure I don't have anything that specifically says Crayola, Disney, Barbie. I'm trying to think of else what any of that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, so I am going to talk. But first, let me show you what I got. I got Anna Victoria's new book. So let me show you that before we get into Dina's classes. I know it does. You just have to be so careful because they are going to make an example of somebody. You just don't want to be the somebody that they're making an example of. And that would just ruin you because they're talking, the fines are huge. It's not like $100 fine. You know, it's like $42,000 over that for your first offense. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. All right. So this is Anna's new book. I really like it, but I wish she would have just gone into a little bit more detail on how she did some of the things. So I'm just going to go through this really quick. I really love the galaxy. She did a galaxy in here. So it's hands-on color theory. Let's see. Just the basics, you know, it just tells you the triad and all that stuff. Then she does show all the different watercolors. Like this is what I really like. So you can see there. See how she shows all the different colors here, and here she shows it a different. So, but it's mostly like this, and it's the variations of different photos and the different colors that she used, and so I really like it. So I'm just going to flip through it really quick. It just came out this, I think, last week, so you can get that on Amazon. But see, like this here, she shows the little picture that she does, and then all these colors that she uses for this. And this is like the Art Nouveau. You've seen that picture around. So let's see, pop art she's got in here. And she just she shows you this big piece, and then she does just the little piece of it here. So she doesn't go into exactly like which colors that she's using, but you know, you have an idea, you can get to it. It's really all for inspiration. I love this, the galaxy one. So you can see that there. So it's really good eye candy. She does tell you a little bit about the pigments and stuff. So that's not it. Buy the book and spend all the colors. Well, like this one, look at this, the Northern Lights. That's really pretty, isn't it? And then she shows like her version of the Northern Lights. So the pastels. This one's a nice one too. The Lightning Storm. I love that one. You can see that one there. Hi, Bratty Patty. So we bought her other book, and it's a good book. I really like her, the way she uses watercolor. She uses a lot of bright colors. So this is another thing. So this is bright colors. So is this going to be attractive to kids? Probably. They're flipping through. So arts and crafts, it's less like, you like the lightning one. Yeah. I like this one too, like Ty. You can see that one. And then here's her version of it. And I love the way, I think Cece's another one where she does these swatches and then does her art. Hi, Kathy. And so I like that, but I would never, I always just jump right into the art because I don't know what colors I'm going to use. So I kind of admire people who already kind of make the swatches and then use those swatches for their photos. That's cute, isn't it? Persian textiles. Oh, sorry. This one's, of course, looks like mermaid scales. Hi, Debbie. Bunnies, butterflies. So, and see, here's another one, neon colors. It's just so, they definitely need to do something with that. Are you staying home for a while now? Yes, I am going to be home. I'm not going anywhere else now. This one's cute, the chameleon. So it's just all, if you like this type and you love seeing swatches and then what she does with it, it's a very nice book. I have just got it too, so I haven't really had a chance to like really read through it. So this is all like Mexican tiles. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, until next week now. Now I'm home for now. Gabby will be coming home tomorrow. So I'm streaming tonight because I probably will not stream on Sunday because we got our Christmas tree probably Saturday and decorate and all that. Although they're saying we're supposed to be getting snow here. I live in the East Coast if you're watching the recording. And they say maybe Sunday and Monday we will get a lot of snow. Maybe 6 or 7 inches they're talking. So it's like, oh, I hope not. And then tomorrow night in New York City, what they do is they blow up the balloons for the Thanksgiving, Macy's Thanksgiving parade. So they're talking about maybe not even having those. The winds are supposed to be really bad tomorrow. So who knows if they're going to, I think they wait till tomorrow night to decide whether or not they're going to have the balloons in the parade. And that's only been, I think they said 1971 was the only other year that they didn't have the balloons because the winds were so strong. So I'm gonna crook it. There we go. So it's a really nice book. I think you could learn a lot. I really like it. I like kind of her style. Here's one with the succulents. But yep. So that just came out. So if you're interested in her book, that's what it is. Oh, and she does the prettiest gems. Look at those gems. So there's the real ones, and her gems almost look just as real. Hi, Peg. Snow in Omaha today? You did? Oh, my gosh, yeah. She does the skin tones. I really like this page for the skin tones, and she shows the different. That's the only thing I wish she would at least say, and I don't think there is in here. Like some of the colors that she did. Okay, one of them here is Schminke's Brilliant Dark and Naples Yellow. So she does say a couple of things that she uses in this book. Hi, Kathy. So, and then this one is with the curls. You can see that. So that is Anna Victoria's Calderon's new book. It's great eye candy, I think. You can see it there. Color. Well, I got that. And then the other thing, let's see, what else did I have this? Oh, I wanted to share. It's unfortunate. You guys know how I love this Prima Planner glue pen. I use it to put foil on it, your glitter. It's good for glitter. If you love this glue, get it while you can because they are discontinuing this glue. I can no longer get it. I haven't been to my Hobby Lobby. They're the only other person I know that carries this glue. So if you're a big fan of the Prima Planner glue, get it while you can because it is being discontinued. Which book is that? That was Anna Victoria Calderon. She's from Mexico, and she's a watercolorist. That's this one here. This is her new book. How to transform inspiration into beautiful watercolor palettes. So I'm so disappointed about that. I wish I had known I would have ordered, like before they discontinued, I would have ordered quite a few. But anyway, All right, so this is our class from the Queen's Ink. Do I have anything else to share with you? I think that was it. I didn't really buy much because I have a lot of Dina's stuff already. She did spill the beans. I'm only going to say one thing because when she was talking about her new products, oh, I have to show you what Patty gave me. Look at this. Mermaid Magic. It's metallic pigment ink. So I can't wait to try that. So she did spill the beans, and she didn't say that we can say anything. So I am just going to say one thing because when she was talking about it, I really wasn't paying attention because I was trying to work on my book. And so the only thing I do know that she is coming out with, two things. She's coming out with another one of these. So this is her collage collective. So this is book 1. Why am I so crooked? What is it here? Is that it? Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix my camera here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get there. I tried to fix this before and then it just didn't go. Hi, Palin. There we are. Hold on. Let's see if we can move this up. Doesn't want to go. Is it moving? No, it's not. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, well, that's closer anyway. All right. Right, exactly. It was such a secret. Anyway, so she's coming out with this another book of collage collectives. So this is her first book, so she'll come out with another one. So this is the one that has, it's like cardstock. In the back, I think, like all these pages here are, you can hear it, it's cardstock. And then the same pages are in the front, but they're like, they're thinner. Let's see, it's much thinner. It sounds like a secret. So that is one of the things. She said something else, which I wasn't quite sure what she said. But the other thing I know for sure that she's coming out with is she has her journal. It's this one. Let me see. So you know this journal here, this big black one, that's the one that has the burlap. It's got the craft paper, the watercolor paper. It's not really, she says it's not really good for watercolor, which really isn't, because she gessos all these pages. So then her next book that she's coming out with is going to be blue jeans. So it'll be a blue jean journal. It's going to have a thinner burlap. She said it'll still have some of the watercolor paper. I'm not sure if she said it'll still have canvas or not, but I know it's going to have some, hi, Devon, some of this, the watercolor paper. I'm not sure about the craft. Definitely the burlap, but it's going to be a finer. You see how this burlap is thicker? I think she said it's going to, the weave is going to be like a thinner, smoother weave of the burlap. So I love denim too. I collect denim. I have like denim flowers and denim ribbons. So I'm excited to see what she comes out with that. And she said she's been doing a lot of stapling. She really hasn't been gluing. She's been doing mostly stapling with Tim's tiny attacher. So she's been doing a lot of that because she's been having to do her samples for Creativation. So let's see. I'm sorry. So I'm going to show you what we did. Let's see. What should I show you first? Yeah, Debbie's room looks really great, doesn't it? This was the first class we did, and it was with the little journal. This was not my favorite because it was abstracts. I definitely know I'm not an abstract girl. Now I'm not going to Creativation because I'm going to Ireland, so I'm not going to do Creativation this year. Maybe next year. So we got the little book in class, and then she made us gesso most of the pages we gessoed. I think I didn't do the last couple. And so, oh, I have to look for my paper. Let me see if I find my papers. Hold on. So I can show you what we did. Let's see, hold on. I gotta look for those. Of course, I thought I had everything organized. Collage Collective, that's not it. Missing one. Hold on 1 second. You love abstracts? I do not. I know for sure I don't. I just had a hard time with that class. Hold on while I'm looking for another folder that I had of hers. Hold on 1 second. Bring it here. All right, hold on. I just have to get my my bag. So I wanted to show you what she had us do in class. Here we go. That was the bookbinding one. Okay. Whoops. I got 100 rings. Just reading the chat for a second. Okay, so what we did was, this was Collage Collective. These were the papers. Oh, this is it. I'm going to cover, let's see if I can cover these up to see if you could guess what they are. So she had us write down, and she says this is an exercise that really you should try to do every day, which it is a real pretty cool exercise. I mean, especially like for me, I'm not really into abstract, so this kind of would get you more into like mark making, that kind of stuff. So she had us take a piece of paper and divide it in 4s. And you had, she gave you 4 words. So you couldn't, if she said like, what was her example? Love. You weren't allowed to use any symbols. So you couldn't, let's have a pen. You couldn't, where's the pen? So she said love. You couldn't just do like a heart for love. You would have to do, I don't know, whatever you thought. Maybe you did something like a little person with like a hug, like you were hugging them or something. You had to do something else. You couldn't use any symbols. Same thing like if it was, let's say, she wanted you to think of McDonald's. You wouldn't put the big M on there. You'd have to think of something else. So that's what you had to do at first. So I should bend these so you see if you could guess what they are. So for like this one, so the word was, can you guess kind of what the word is? Probably not. The word is strong. So that was my strong mark for strong. This one was comfort. So you can see that. It's kind of like a blanket. That's what I was thinking of, comfort. This one was lost. Wind. Does it look like wind? And then this one was vast. So those were my 4 markings that I did. And so she said like this whole class was really about lines, and so she wanted you to do like a vertical line. So a vertical line would be something like a tree, you know, that's pretty, you know, standing tall, and then there's a wavy line. So the wavy line would give you like energy. And then a horizontal line would be like laying down, like close to the earth. And what was the other one? The tree, the wavy line. I don't know. There might have been another one, but those are the only ones I wrote down. You have to pay attention to composition with color and pattern. Ugh, I don't like abstract. So we had to do, so the first one was you had to go in there with, and I don't like my color choices either. I just don't like them. I should have just stuck with the turquoise, green, and yellow, but no, I went with this. So this wasn't here. So we had to just do vertical lines. So we had to do that. And that's what we did. Then the next one was you had to do, well, that was horizontal. This one's vertical. We had to do vertical. So this wasn't here. So at the beginning class, we just did the lines. And this one, oh, I shouldn't even show you this one. This one was the wavy line. I don't like that at all. I didn't like these colors at all. And then the next one was just like a square. I forget what this was, but it was just the square. Oh, it was colors. We had to do colors. You love those colors? Oh, Linda, I don't like those colors at all. Because what she had us do for the squares was we had to take paint and then just, and it was like, take any paint. You know, she didn't want you to think about it. You just had to take the paint. And we had to do squares. So like I took cheddar. So you could see here, I just dashed the cheddar here, 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 and here. And then this one, I think this one was eggplant. So you just had to put little dots. And then you had to take other paint and then go around it to see which ones that you liked with that combination. Like this was my favorite combination, the turquoise and the eggplant. Then with the cheddar, I liked this combination, the turquoise and the orange. So then that's when we had to take one of these and put them on each page. Yeah, it was a good way to decide like what color, you know, if you're looking, instead of just swatching all the time, that you just take one color and then put colors around it to see how you liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Paint will deliver. You like the navy? Yeah, the navy's pretty nice. That's this one, the night one. And then her pastels. I really didn't use her pastels. I just didn't like them for myself anyway. So then after we did that, we had to come back and then we put just a focal point. You know, she likes her white space. That's another thing that was hard for me. I have a hard time with white space. You know, I like to throw all the junk on there. And that's what she said. She said, you know, mixed media artists, we love to throw everything at it and that we need to use restraint. I think that's what this class was about, restraint and leaving white space. So I tried to, like, really I was supposed to just put the face there, but I just didn't like the face. So of course I had to add the flower on top of it. And then some people just added a word. Like they didn't even put that. They just added a word here. It's just like, oh, just not me. And this page, I don't even want to, well, I can't really show it to you anyway. We had to do this, which was taking her, where is it? Her little chipboard pieces. You like the second page? So we had to take these little chipboard pieces. And then what you did was so this is her pastel colors. I'm not wild about those colors. So this was the fern that I took. And then you had to put it down and like this. And then paint around it. And then you had to go different, you know, up, down, all the way across the page. And then at the end, you would take this and add a contrasting color, which I first started out with this, which you can't even see now because I hated it so much. I just gessoed over it. So this was yellow and orange. And then I wanted turquoise, but when I put the turquoise on there, it turned green. Oh, it was terrible. So that's how I wound up getting this yellow and green flower. So I just added that because it had the same colors in here, and then just added some splats on there, and that was it. Oh my gosh, I struggled through this class. I just did not like this class. And then I wanted to put in the we stamped on her collage collective, and then I just wound up putting that and this. And if you look at her pages, which I don't have on my phone, it's a good exercise, but hers always looks so good. I mean, she does this with a square, and then she puts, I don't know, something, and then one word, and it looks like great. And I did it, and I'm like, yeah, that looks terrible. But that's her style. I just don't like it. Maybe I just don't like her style. I don't know. I just didn't like it. So that was the first class. And I think, yeah, so that's all we did in the first class. Patty didn't do it. I just went there. Oh, excuse me. And then I think with this, I think we were supposed to take one of these symbols and do it on there, but it was just like I was just not feeling it. So I did not do it, but it still was, I mean, I still learned something. I learned that I just don't like abstracts. And then we wind up playing with her tissue paper. Oh, here's the one you could see where I did the fern. And then she did give us a lot of her tissue paper to play with. And then we were supposed to take the colors that were left over on our palette and then just add it so that we could use it for collage. So I'm going to wind up doing that afterwards. So I'll have stuff to play with anyway. That. So that was the first class. And then I had to laugh because I told Patty, when I got to Queen's Ink, usually you sign up for the whole day, right? So I signed up for this class and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in for the whole day, right? So then comes the second class and I'm still there doing the, getting ready to do the second class. And then Patty, the owner, comes to me and she says, do you know you weren't signed up for the first morning class? I'm like, what? She goes, you were not signed up for the morning class. I'm like, you're kidding me. So, of course, I saw her struggling in the morning, like there was something wrong, like either somebody didn't show up or they didn't have enough spaces. But I did not know that I was the cause of it. Ripping them off. Who's ripping them off? So then, but it all worked out. She was fine with it, and they had room, and so it was no problem. So then the next class, which I really liked this class, it was all about bookbinding. So let me see. Wasn't he? Who's sharing their stuff? Just reading the chat for a minute. Oh, I say we're running out. So we did 2 books, and these were fun. So this first one it opens up. So it's like this. It's a long type of book like that. She's a fun teacher, Dina. Yeah, she is fun. And then it opens up. So you can see here's the page. It goes like this. This is a pop out. I'll show it to you in a minute. This is another pop out. And then there's that page. So it actually, when you open it, I'm just trying to think now. When you open it, it's like this, right? So you could actually fold it and open it. There's different ways you could use this book. Then you open it like this and like this. And then when you stand it up, you can see how these pop out so that you could put something in here and the inside. There's Dorothy. And the other thing, so this is a huge paper. You can see it. It's, I don't know, 18 by like 24 or something like that. I would have, at the beginning, Dina had said, just do it in a couple of spaces. And we didn't get to see the book, so we didn't know exactly what we were doing. So I don't know, maybe I was just too fast. So I wind up doing what she said at the beginning, which just put a couple of things. So I had this down and I had this and this. And then some of the girls were really slow in that class. And so I was just sitting there. And so when I was sitting, I'm like, oh, I'll just add another thing. And then I had paint on my dauber. So then I was just twirling around with the circle. Then finally, when everybody was caught up and we go to put our book together, she showed us the folds. And hey, Peg. Jane is in the house. I didn't see Jane. Is she here? So what she had us do her tissue paper on top. So I was like, oh, I wish I would have left some more blank spots because my whole thing is covered with, pattern. And so then I wind up just putting this, and this came like right down in the middle of her face. You can see that there, but it was fun. So this was a fun class. And the hardest part was this. We had so many people who couldn't get the pocket part. And so it was turned. Yeah, this is a cute book, right? So it was turned. A lot of people had it the opposite way. Instead of this being like a mountain, it was a valley. And so that was a big, a big ordeal to finally get it all put together and fold it up. Even now, even when I do it, I was like, which is the way to do it? There we go. So, and so you can make these any sizes, really. So she showed us how to do it. She gave us the name of the person, and I can't remember who it was, where she actually got this out of a book. It's not like she came up with it all on her own. So, and then the second book that we did, which is this one I really love doing. So you can see it comes like a little accordion. You can see that there. And so what we did is we put like a belly band. It's not really a belly band, so that it holds it so it doesn't expand like this. But now you can see it. It's like this. I wanted to see Jane come in this year. I missed her. So there you can see. So this was fun. It's the same thing. It was like an 18 by 24. And then we had to fold it so it just folds like this, you know, up and down. So this part goes like that. That part falls over. And then we actually put little tags, which we were supposed to decorate the tags, but we just didn't have time to do the tags. But I have to show you the faces because it was a cool way that we did the paper. It looks kind of like a DD fold. It does. But what she had us do was take her stamp and then scribble on it. You sprayed the stamp with water first, and then you went with the scribble sticks, and then you stamped all along the big pages. So I did the faces on the top and the bottom, and I did this one in the middle so that you could see. I turned the faces upside down. So one is upside down, one is right side, then it was upside. So it worked out pretty good. Even when you see take these out. How this stamp worked really good because it fits just perfectly in those pockets like that. And then of course some splattering. And then we have to use her washi tape, and we were able to do that. And then this was another pocket. She says she puts a lot of little things inside this pocket here. So I wind up adding that stuff. And then we actually were able to use this little binder so that instead of putting a whole belly band around it, what you did was just stuck this inside here and then this one inside here. And then that's how your book doesn't like explode all the way up. So I still have to decorate that. So that was a really, really fun class, just decorating it and doing with the scribble sticks. That was fun. So that was the second class. So that was that day. And then the next day we did the collective collage. So that's this of her books, this one here. And so she suggests, and she made us all promise that when we got home, instead of petting this and hoarding it, that we actually tear it apart. So let's see if I could do it. She did it really easily in class. I don't know if I could do it. We'll see. So we're just going to tear the whole thing apart. She was actually heading home, but then she asked, I forget where she said she had to go, Cozumel or somewhere she's going. She's not even going to be home for Thanksgiving, I don't think. She was on the move. All right. And so then you can take, I'm not going to take all these pages apart, and then she wants you just to rip them all out so that you can go ahead and use them. And now that she's coming out with her second book, I definitely have to take them apart. So you can see that. So we'll probably do a page. We'll probably go through one of the pages tonight. And so the same thing. So I'll just take it all apart, and this way I'll have all the different pages separate to use whenever I collage in her book. So we wind up using, let's see what we did first. Oh. So I wind up doing this girl when I was waiting around. She looks like kind of like a Frankenstein's wife. I did some big fluffy hair, and then I had like a tri-colored pencil that someone had, and so I wound up using that while I was waiting around. Like this probably would have gone crazy for Dina because she loves her white space and she doesn't like all this stuff on top of each other. Oh my gosh. Let's see here we go. Modern Gibson girl, kind of. So we wind up doing this page first. So we wind up taking one of her collage collective papers. Let's see if I can do that. Hold on. Oh, I don't want to use this one. Grab another one. It was a fun class, and this is a chipboard one. I don't want that. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. Just reading the pages. So I wind up taking this, and what I'm going to do is, let's see, do I have one left over? Yeah. So let's take this one maybe. Let's take that one. Let's move this over here. So what we wind up doing is taking one of her chipboard pieces and then adding it on here, and then you could see here. Let's see if I do that there. Let's be easier on this side. You can see here, I'll move it over, that you took the paint and you just went all the way around this person here like this. And then you moved it up, down, up, down, up, down like that. So I wind up folding this in half. So that's actually what's on this page here is this, after we painted it on. And then we took the chipboard piece and then wound up painting it and putting it on the book. And then we used some of her stencils. So like this, she didn't go all the way up to the page. Of course, she had to leave her white space, which I did not do too well with the white space. But it was fun. And then we got to put this. So this is one of her faces. And then we wound up paper piecing her hair on there. I had another one. I hope I have it in here. And so this is how she showed how she uses her chipboard and then her little words that went through there like that. And this was another page that we did. So we just cut out the tag from her collage collective. And here's another paper piecing girl that we did, and then just added some stencils. This was definitely more her page because it has a lot of white space. Let's see, what else do we do? Wind up, oh yeah. This is, stuck together. So she wanted us to take her, one of her faces and actually change it. So let me see if I can find this face so you can see what it looked like. And she says she does this a lot, like you'd see. So here's this from her collage collective. Hi, Jenny. And so I just cut this part out, and then I wind up adding the green hair. So I didn't really change it that much. And I gave her a little pink cheek on here so you could see that. Okay, bye, Jane. Back to work. Okay. So then she wind up changing the face on one of hers. I'll show you. Let's see if I can find this one. So this one here, and you can tell it's more of my Jane style face. Let's see if I can find this paper. What she looks like. She really changed this girl here. Like she gave her some red hair, and she's so good at it. It's just like, and she's so fast. It's like, oh my gosh. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, not there. So maybe we'll do that one tonight. We'll see. I can show it to you really quick. I don't bring any. Oh, is that it? So here, yeah. So here's the face. So, I mean, it's changed a little, but not much, really. So you can see that. So I wind up cutting this out, giving her the red bangs here. And I gave her a little bit more. I probably should have changed her whole color and maybe put her like green or something, but that's what I wound up doing. Those were fun. Changing the different faces like she did. So I thought we'll do one of those tonight. And the other thing we did was this. This was a fun tag that we had. So she had us take our scraps and then just cut different designs. What did she call it? Matisse, like Matisse does. And then add the different scraps to the, I add to the vase. A lot of people did flowers. Trying to think what else somebody else did. Somebody just did like circles. But can you see with this looks like a rose, right? But when you turn it upside down, it's part of the face. So I actually use the eyes for the leaves and then use this part for the flower. So that was fun to do that because you don't really notice it really quickly until you look into it a little bit more. So that was fun. That was a fun thing to do. And that basically, I think, was pretty much all 3 classes. I'm trying to think if we did anything else. I had to leave early because I wanted to get home before it got dark. Too dark. I mean, I still drove when it was night, but I wind up. Oh, and everybody loved this page. Remember when we did this page where I put a piece of acetate on here, and then we drew with the marker so that we would have 2 faces in one. So that was pretty good. So I thought I would just show you what we did. Pick one. Do I have a paper here? No. So how we can change one of these faces. Let's see where it is. This one. I really want it in the tissue if I could find it. Love the 2 faces ones. That's one I like. So we're going to do one of the faces today. I want this one, but I don't want it in the cardstock. I want it in the tissue paper. Let me see if I have it here. There we go. All right, so let's cut this one out. And it's a good way that, you know, if you can't draw faces and just use one of her faces for inspiration, it's pretty cool. I really love that part. I might stick that on that paper there. All right. So I'm going to cut this one out. Oh, this was another tag that I just did. Oh, no, I have one more page to show you. And this one I just kind of put that on there, and I figure I'll put something else on. We did one other page. Let's see where it is. Sorry, coughing. She wanted us to, she called it paint with paper. And so you weren't allowed to use any paint. You weren't allowed to use paintbrush or anything. Where is it? So, hold on, I gotta look for it. Well, it's in here. goodness, it can't be that hard to find. Beautiful Dina. She called this one, which is the one with the red hair. She said, where is it? When I drew her, she said, oh, you drew Diane Reevely. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, here it is. So this is what we had to do. So we had to create a background with just paper. Then you had to create a focal point. And then you had to create something that would draw your eye right in. So the background is pretty monochromatic. So that's what we had to do here. And then, so we're going to do another one of these too, because this was pretty easy. And then I picked her as a focal point, and then something to draw the eye out. I just made that. That was kind of my page for that. But let's do the girl first. So let's see where we're going to put her. See if I have one that's already got kind of a background. Well, I will do it right here. I don't think it doesn't have to be gessoed, I don't think. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut her out. I hope I have green paint. I was going to get some green paint, but I don't know if I have it. All right, so we're going to put her right in there. I'm trying to think. I have some of this. Maybe we'll make her. Oh, I don't have any green. I'm trying to think what she used, like an aqua. All right, we'll go with that and see what happens. So I'm going to lay it down with some matte medium. Whoops. Ooh, that was my knife. And she doesn't really use paintbrushes for anything. She uses her fingers most of the time. Oh, is this not open? So we're just going to do that. I'm just going to take my finger, slap it all down in here. And she doesn't even do like the whole, like she doesn't take a paintbrush or anything like that. She just kind of just slaps it on here and there. There we go. Let me just get some wipes. So it was a fun class. If you ever get a chance to take a class with her, I swear I think she lives in the Midwest somewhere, but I swear she should be a New Yorker. She talks so fast. I think she puts the New Yorkers to shame. All right. Put that back in. All right. So she puts in the dark shade first. Let me move my tag and stick that over here somewhere. One of these. And she does a lot with her brush that it's mostly wet, which we've been doing so much with watercolor that I almost like out of practice using acrylics. It's weird. All right, so let's see. We'll put a little bit of this on. So she wants you to go right into where the shadow part is. We'll go in here. She didn't even give her eye. I'm trying to think what she did. She just kind of went over her face with that. A little bit under her nose, under her chin. Oh, I wish I had something else. Well, we'll see how this blue goes. So it might be kind of dark. Oops. She'll be like a purple and blue person. My water. She grew up at least 50 miles from where you live. Oh, she did, Linda? Really? So she'll be a purple girl. And then we have to give her some, I guess we'll give her some yellow hair. I don't have too many of Dina's paints, so we'll just have to use with what I have. That's what she said. Oh, and oh, we were? Really? Yeah, she loves to dive. I think she was going diving. I don't think she said she was going to Cozumel. I'm not really sure. Her husband doesn't dive at all. I think I'm going to give her some long hair. She lived in Michigan, and now she's, oh, that's right, she's in Arizona. That's right, yeah. But she talks super fast. So she just likes changing her girls. I'm really not changing this one that much, but there we go. So yellow, blue, and then she needs a little bit pink or something for her cheek. Let's see what we could use. I might have to use a little bit of white. And she used her fingers. So you can see, I mean, of course, Dina does a lot better job than I do. I really like drawing the girls more or less than changing it like this. Let's see. And I have some words I can give her. She was very generous with that. She let us have some of her tissue paper. So she let us take home some of the collage. So it was really nice. I'm just looking for some of the words that she gave us. Tag. I don't see that there. Hold on. Oh. And like I said, she's so fast that she does, I think she must have done at least 10 pages compared to what we did in class. She did share a lot of her samples with us. Like this here. Let's see what every day is another chance. You're sensitive, and that is okay. This is like one of her, she loves putting like the words on one side. That's what I'll do here. Like some we did in class. Oh, thanks. I know you could barely keep up with her, right? It's true. And then she was telling us about her accidents with Tim's scissors. Oh my gosh. She's like dangerous with scissors. She actually cut herself to the bone, she said, when Tim came out with his those big long scissors. She was holding it like this. So it was open and she was cutting a package. So she had her hand under this, the scissor part, and sliced right through her ugh, right to the bone on her fingers. Oh, gosh. She's dangerous. She have her apron on? Yes, with tons of paint. Yes, she did. Yeah, she says that what she tells people to do is to gesso the inside before you do that with the paint, because what happens is you put so much paint and water on that it seeps through. And if you don't want it to get on your clothes, she says it's best to gesso the underside so the paint doesn't go through. All right. I wish I had the green paint. She did look much better with like when she was green. But oh, I need a better gesso. Let me see what I have here. Matte medium. Do I have anything? Which one is this? This is matte. All right, I'm going to try this instead. I think that other one's too thick. I got to stick it on here. There we go. Well, she says wipe your hands and brush off your apron. Yeah. The other thing too is the only thing I don't her tissue paper, it's really thick. I wish it was just a little bit thinner so that it didn't show the white as much. Even if you put the trick to doing that is like putting a lot of matte medium, and even still it still shows, some of the white shows through. Bye, Linda. Bye, Devon. And of course, she would write along here. I need a wipe. With her Stabilo or her, let's see if I can find my other pen. She loves using the football pen. That's, nope, that's James. Football or foodball, feudball. I don't know what you call it. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. No, I guess I don't have one up here. Would the Danny Vans make it translucent? I don't know. I don't know if it would, Debbie. It's pretty thick, the paper, that white tissue paper. I mean, it does go kind of, you can see it here. As long as you put a lot on the back of it, and some, you can kind of get it to disappear, but not always. Some spots you can, some spots you can't. So then she would take her pen. Maybe I have a Stabilo at least, do I? My goodness, I don't have anything here. Hold on. Oh, this is brown. I don't want that. Nope. My gosh, I don't have anything here tonight. I don't have blood. I guess I'll have to do with the brown then. It's almost impossible to tear her tissue. If it tears kind of one way and then it doesn't the other way. So she would come in. Oops, I missed a little spot there. So I definitely, for the new year, I've decided that I am going to get rid of some of my stuff that I don't really use that much. So I will let you know how I do with the downsizing in January. Timmy's tissue does that. Oh, it does? Has an apparent green. So, and I love the way Dina writes, of course. You know, she has that big, bold. So let's see, what can we write? Is this still wet? And it should be in black. I wish I had my black Stabilo, but I don't know. I can't find it. Let me just look one more time. What's this one? Oh, it's the black pencil. I'll just have to do it with this one. Yeah, this has to be black. You can't really see it with this. What's this one? Let's see what this is. Oh, I don't want to ruin. That's like a fine tip pen. Darn, I can't find anything that would work. What is this? Oh, here we go, black. So let's go. And you can just see us adding that bit of writing like she does. Go around. That's more her style right there. Hi, Carrie Ann. So I would add some more to here, you know, to her hair and stuff probably. But Dina would just leave it just like this. Might come in here and maybe darken this a little bit. Fix her mouth. Just like that. So that's kind of more, yeah, it looks good. So she loves changing the faces. Like I said, I'm not that good at it yet. But like I said, I really like the way that this one turned out, and it's very simple. I like the way that, because it's more my style. You know, I like more Jane style type, but I like doing this. This was fun, just cutting our hair in this. And it was a quick page, because all you do is just cut it out, add some paint on there, add a word, and you're done. That's pretty much how Dina is. Cuts one thing out, adds some paint, a word, and she's finished. So let's do the other page. And it'll be hard to do it with this that it's wet. So let's see. I have everything off here. I'll just put this on here so it doesn't move. I'll do it on this side. So we're going to do the page where she actually just tore stuff. So let's take this. So here is some blue. And then we want another little piece of blue. You don't want this, because this will give you a focal point right here like that. So that's something we don't want. Let's see what other paper I can come up with. I want something else with some blue in it. You want it just to be a light monochromatic background. Oh, there's that piece right there. I'm looking for something else that's got the light blue in it. We'll use that for the contrasting. Blue. What's a chipboard? I don't like that. Cardstock. Nope. No. Where's the other piece? Here, we can use this. So, and this is where she wanted us just to use paper. No, let's see. You don't want anything focal. Even like I'm going to take this little piece of orange out, because that will even show it. Let's take this off. 1, 2, 3. And so I'm trying to leave a lot of white space like she would leave. We want another piece. Let's see. Maybe I could just pull this. I don't want any of that dark to show. So let's see. Maybe we can just do this. So I'm just going to add those 3 pieces right there, just like that. I wish I had better glue. Oh my gosh, I can't even squeeze this. Ugh. So we'll just glue this down. And this is how most of her books are too. Like, she doesn't go ahead and like make sure everything is exactly glued all the way down. So things are sticking up, popping up on her out of her journals. And then we'll stick this one in here. Right, so that would be your background, which is just kind of monochromatic, right? And then the next thing she would want you to do is to pick out some type of focal point. So we want something, of course, contrasting. So something like this, orange. Let's see if I have anything else that I already have ripped up. Let's see. Maybe this. So something like this. See how that pops right away? So maybe something like that. And then we need something else. Let's see. Do I want a piece of this and that? No, maybe a piece of yellow. Something that's got that little bit of yellow or green in it. No, I don't like that either. And that's the other thing, because she just is so quick. And then when we're doing it, we're like deciding, like it's taking us forever. And she has it down within like 2 minutes of what she wants. And the page is done, you know? All right, let's see. What I want is a piece of something else to go behind this piece here. So I don't want that. So maybe this purple. Well, there we go. So we'll stick that and that. So then now we have the focal point. So now she wants you to have your eye drawn in. So usually says she does like a triangle. So we took, let's say we took this. I'm just going to cut 3 little circles out of here. So I'm actually going to pop that in there. And she cuts her circles really fast, and they're not, she calls them wonky. So if we do that there, I'm going to put this one on that side to cover that. I'll put this here on this side. 1, 2, and then we need one more. Something dark, this one. And we'll stick this one behind here like this. So that is her abstract page. And then she throws a little bit of paint on there, maybe some splattering. See if I can get this to stay. So I'm going to actually glue this one down first. Keep the faces. I like this better. Oh, so Eileen likes the abstract better. And it's fast too. Like, her journals are filled up so quick because she just keeps it kind of simple. Let's see, we'll put this one here. Yeah, this is not for me. I like it to make flowers. I like it to be fluffy. So then you have your triangle to get your eye right there to the focal point. And then she usually says you should put something to go off the page. I'm trying to think what we could get so that now your eye is on here, but now you want to move on to the next page. So let's see what we could put on here. Probably could use like a piece of washi tape of hers. Do I have any up here? Add the face with the torn left edge on the burlap. Oh, on this here, that piece there. I used this face already once, though. Let me take the rest of this gel off here. Of course, Dina probably would add, I think it just needs like a piece of washi tape, like maybe this. I have this washi tape of hers. I'm wondering where it is. Just to give it that horizontal, I think would need, because we have the line, so we use the vertical and horizontal. Need something else. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can add that on there. So here's my little fern leaf that I painted. Well, let's add that on there. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I need heavy glue, though. I don't know if this will hold it. A flower, a flowing 70s scarf with the paint. All right, so I'm going to add that on there like that. And probably she would just add a word, maybe. I don't know if I have any other words. Let's see what we have. How about this one? Every day is another chance. What if I just add that on there? You like it? Oh my gosh, Aileen, it's just like, it's just not me. I definitely like to have my pages all nice and pretty, pretty faces, pretty flowers. So this will be my second page of abstract in here. I'm just tearing this apart. You do, Patty? You like it? Oh my gosh. All right, so we could either add that, or let me see, or maybe I should do this. The secret is keep going. Let me see if I have any other words in here that she gave us that I can use. Yeah, that's your jam. It is. I know. It's you and Eileen. That's yours. I could add some of this maybe on there. I don't think I have any other words that she gave us. I don't have those little packs of words. She is coming to Ranger though in March. She's going to teach in March. I don't know which one. Which one should I go? Should I go this, the secret, keep going, or this? Every day is another chance. I think I'm going to use that one. Every day is another chance. My Dina inspired page, and I think we'll put some splats on it and then call it done. Oh my gosh. How did I like it? I liked her chipboard. I have it. I've never used it, and so now I would use it. And it doesn't really take up that much room, you know. Doesn't really make, well, this, I like this book because it's like chunky, like. There we go. Done. You like her chipboard shapes? Yeah. I don't know if she say she was coming out with any more shapes? I know she's coming out with the book. What else did I say? On another collage collective. But I don't know what else. But there we go. I could add some splats too, but I think I'll just leave it like that. So let me show you. Well, there we go. Yeah, it's fun to see how she uses her chipboard. I like that she uses it like we did with the people, and we moved it around. It's on the other page. I can't move this page now. I really like this. Like she actually took this and then added the piece and then added the negative and then just did a circle around it, and that was it. She called it done. You like that one, CP? You like this? Oh my gosh. See, that is just like, that's not me. But it is leaving the white space. And if you go through Dina's journal, almost all of her pages are like that. I could put this on this side. Let's see if I have any tape. Of course, all the washi tape. You think I would have some washi tape here, wouldn't you? But maybe I'll just leave this one on this side. I really like this. This was fun to do. So let's see, it's 8:22. So I am going to get going. So any other questions? Don't forget, if you're going to the store, you need the code PAPS, Paint and Paper Studio 15, and that will give you the coupon for Black Friday sales, which is an extra 15 on top of everything else. So thanks for joining me. And I'm pretty sure I won't be on Sunday, so I probably will see you the following Sunday. So, yes, happy Thanksgiving. Anybody that's celebrating holidays, if I don't get to see you. Yeah, it was a fun class. It was fun. So, thanks, everyone. Enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks, Dorothy. I wonder what happened to Joan. Joan didn't come, huh? She must have fell asleep. Thanks, Linda. Bye, everyone. Bye.